Learning to embroider your own Christmas ornaments will bring handmade joy this holiday season. This tutorial is complimentary to the Embroidery Basics kits that I sell online and at markets, but you can choose some fabric of your own and gather the supplies at a local craft store and follow along as well. After unscrewing the embroidery hoop, I start by placing white fabric into the hoop so I can practice some stitches before stitching on the Christmas fabrics. Generally, I use 3 strands for most projects unless I'm stitching words, which I will share in a bit. I really like these big-eyed embroidery needles because they are much easier to thread. I've linked them in the description below if you'd like to see the needles I use. I use a lot of back stitches for most of my work. You can use them to create straight lines or curved lines. They're just very helpful in stitching. This next stitch is what I use when I create snowflakes. French knots can also be used for snowflakes and other accents. Here's an example of filling in a shape with stitches. I do this a lot when I stitch designs on my fabrics. When finished, I like to pull my thread under stitches on the back of my work to tuck them in a few times before I cut my excess thread. Now that I've practiced a couple of stitches, it's time to make some creative decisions and stitch on the Christmas fabric. I secure my fabric in my hoop tightly so that it doesn't pucker or move too much. Then I place my stick and stitch sticker on the front. I'll show you later in the video how these great stickers dissolve away in warm water. Check out my website for more stick and stitch options. For lettering, I use 1 or 2 strands of floss. Sometimes when I use white or cream floss, it turns silvery when I use a stick and stitch sticker, but I like the look. You may want to test your fabric and floss with stickers first to see how they react if you choose your own materials. Be sure to knot your thread at the end, and when you're using this floss, make sure that you leave one end shorter than the other so that you can pull it through with each stitch. Stitching lettering takes time. The stitches are tiny, so go slow. You can see that I start and restart as needed, pulling out stitches that don't quite line up how I like them to. I've decided to add some snowflakes around my lettering to add a little more texture and whimsy. For the smaller hoop, I'm going to cut around the lettering so I can see more of the design of my fabric. I really like the red floss for this lettering. My embroidery kits for this run all have different fabrics, so if you don't have a kit and you're following along, your fabrics will be different, of course, but you can apply the same concepts to your work. I enjoy stitching over designs on the fabric to make them pop. The added texture really draws the eye into the artwork, and I'm going to stitch some of these berries in the upper right-hand corner. I'm using just one strand to stitch over these branches because they are so tiny. Now it's time to rinse away the sticker under warm water. Then I spread them out flat to dry on a towel. The dried fabrics are ready to go back into their hoops. I take a little time to center them just right and tighten their screws. Some people enjoy leaving the excess fabric on the hoop, but I like to trim mine and stitch it closed on the back. You can use the printed cardstock from your kit packaging or find some cardstock you might have around your home to cut out backing for your project to glue on the back. Prop these cuties up on your shelf or add ribbon that you have around your home to make an ornament or a gift tag. Thank you for watching today. I hope you have an opportunity to create these. Happy creating!